Picture yourself walking into your boss's office tomorrow, but instead of laying out all the reasons you deserve a raise, you ask for a pay cut. Not 5%, a full 50% slash to your salary. It sounds like a career-ending mistake. We're taught from a young age that the only direction is up, chasing overtime, competing for promotions, and jumping between jobs to keep that salary climbing. Yet a growing number of people are choosing the opposite path. They are voluntarily walking away from six-figure roles and high-status titles, claiming that by earning less, they've actually gained more. Are these people simply opting out of the real world, or have they noticed something about the relationship between money and happiness that the rest of us are missing? Most of us follow a very specific map. We go to school to get a job, work hard to earn more every year, and use that money to buy a house, a better car, and nicer vacations, assuming that each upgrade brings us closer to a better life. But the corporate ladder often has a hidden cost. A promotion rarely hands you a pile of cash with no strings attached. It typically arrives with a massive accumulation of new meetings, heavier responsibilities, and constant availability. It's a common paradox for high earners. They wake up with more money than they ever expected to have, but realize they no longer have a single hour in the day to actually enjoy it. If the reward for all that work is a total loss of time, it raises a difficult question. Is the standard equation of more money equals more happiness actually delivering what it promised? This friction is causing people to shift their goals. Instead of trying to maximize their gross income, they are starting to optimize for maximum freedom. Consider two earners. Profile A makes $150,000. Profile B makes $75,000. Profile A works 70 hours weekly, their income drained by an expensive lifestyle. Profile B works standard hours, protects weekends, and comfortably pays bills without pressure. When we look at time, stress, and autonomy rather than just a bank balance, the idea that Profile A is winning starts to fall apart. The formula for a higher salary often breaks the life it should improve. When someone chooses to cut their income in half, they are making deliberate trades. The first is for time, an unrecoverable asset. They use their potential earnings to buy back their mornings and their evenings. The second trade is for health. Escaping the chronic exhaustion and sleep deprivation of a high-pressure role provides a physical benefit that a larger bonus simply cannot replicate. The third is control. There is a specific kind of power that comes from knowing your lifestyle doesn't depend on keeping a job you hate. You now have the flexibility to walk away. In this framework, wealth is measured by daily autonomy. A large paycheck has very little utility if you aren't the one who decides how your day unfolds. Realistically, you can't just slash your income tomorrow without consequences. Fixed costs like mortgages and insurance don't care about your philosophy on freedom. Most are trapped by lifestyle inflation. As income goes up, expenses follow. To make a pay cut work, you must break that link. By aggressively reducing debt, the expense line drops, allowing income to be cut in half while keeping breathing room. This shift demonstrates the underlying reality of the movement. The transition doesn't begin with earning less. It has to begin by needing less. Financial freedom is ultimately a function of how little money is required to leave your bank account, not how much is entering it. This doesn't mean money is irrelevant. It provides security, solves problems, and creates a baseline of comfort that is essential for well-being. But after that baseline is met, we hit diminishing returns. This curve shows that while the first $50,000 or $60,000 radically improves your life, every dollar earned after that point results in a smaller and smaller increase in actual happiness. Understanding this plateau changes the goal of working. Earning a paycheck isn't about hoarding the most currency. It's a tool used to purchase personal freedom. Success in this context means reaching the state of enough, having sufficient money to be secure, enough time to pursue meaningful work, and the clarity to know the difference between the two. Once you calculate the actual number required to fund the life you want, the pressure to chase the next promotion disappears. You stop trying to earn everything and start focusing on what actually matters.